Hi, we're Rhett and Joanne from Pink Sky Living, and this is the third video from our Oregon adventure.
Man, we only had a few more days left on the coast. We're a little bit sad.
Yes, we are, because we're learning to love this place. Today we wanted to share some of the highlights from our last couple days exploring the Oregon coast. We started along the Rogue River, and much to our surprise, we even spotted some river otters.
They were so cute.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited to see them. And if you look closely, you can see the little tiny head popping up out of the water. And Lizzie decided the best way to begin another day of exploring was with a plunge into the river at the campground.
She is always ready for another adventure.
For all you Star Wars fans, the Force was strong that day, and somehow it pulled us right into the food truck court. We stopped at Yoda's hut and enjoyed a Skywalker sandwich.
It was adorable.
It was adorable, and the food was delicious. There were about 8 different food trucks to choose from, and it was just a fun, quirky little stop along the journey. Such a delightful little place. And sometimes it's those unexpected places that end up being some of our favorites. From there we continued north to Simpson Reef Overlook. It's located just south of Shore Acres State Park, and it's one of those little roadside stops that would be easy to miss, but we're glad we didn't.
We are so glad we didn't.
From the overlook you can see Simpson Reef and Shell Island offshore, and even from a distance you can definitely hear the sea lions and the seals. We had binoculars with us, which helped tremendously, but this was the moment when we wished we'd brought a high-powered telephoto lens. But I have to say, the noise was impressive. When you get a couple hundred sea lions on a little bit of rock, it is impressive.
Sounded like spring break.
That's right, a lot of conversation going on there. The rocks are roughly a quarter mile offshore, so getting up close with a regular camera lens is pretty difficult. So Shell Island and Simpson Reef are protected as part of the Oregon Islands National Wildlife Refuge.
And we didn't know that. Like that there is a protected piece right there.
And it's good to know that there's protected places for those awesome pinnipeds to hang out. Visitors aren't allowed onto the islands, and watercraft have to be sure they maintain a safe distance. So the overlook gives you a wonderful opportunity to simply stand on the shore, watch, listen, and experience this protected place from a distance. Then it was back down the coast, through Bandon, and on toward one of Joanne's favorite things, lighthouses. She has always loved lighthouses. Our next stop was Cape Blanco State Park.
Oh, I really loved this place. The thing that I thought was amazing was that its light could be seen for 22 miles offshore. That's crazy.
Right?
The day we visited, the wind was a little intense. Walking up the hill toward the lighthouse was hilarious. We were practically leaning into the wind just to keep moving forward.
And giggling all the way.
But when we finally reached the top, what a sight. there was the lighthouse. It was standing on the edge of the headland, and because of the wind, the clouds were just racing past, and the Pacific Ocean was out in front of us. It was absolutely beautiful. I have always loved the symbolism of a lighthouse. A light standing on the shore, shining steadily, giving others something to navigate by. It was a very beautiful morning in the wind. We had another treasure that we hadn't even anticipated. Like, it wasn't even on our radar to go see.
It wasn't on our list, was it?
No. We had been driving around and we saw a little sign that said Port Orford Lifeboat Station Museum. And we said, well, we've got to go check that out. So the station was built in 1934 and it remained in operation until 1970. So here, the Coast Guard crews were stationed and they were responsible for the rescues along this kind of dangerous stretch of the southern Oregon coast. In the museum, it was amazing. They preserved the stories, the artifacts, and they even have one of the station's huge 36-foot motor lifeboats. And when we examined these lifeboats, it was amazing. They were built to handle extremely rough conditions, and they could right themselves if they capsized. So they had deep, heavy weight in the bottom.
That's right, for ballast.
Yeah, to keep them down. So it's one thing to read about that, and it was another thing to just stand there and look at that boat and imagine the people who climbed aboard it, heading out into a storm because somebody needed help.
I was impressed with the bravery on display because it was dangerous work. It was dangerous training even before you could go out.
I love how the lighthouse and the lifeboat station seem to belong together. One stands on the shore offering light to help people find their way, and the other one went out into the storm to help bring people safely home.
As our time along the Oregon coast began winding down, we wanted to leave you with one more beautiful sunset and a few thoughts about what we loved most about our time here.
Rhett was able to get some beautiful sunset footage, so we hope you enjoy that. For me, it was the water, the rivers, the waves, the sand, and just the opportunity to get away, to experience something new and kind of refresh and renew my soul.
And for me, the Oregon coast was a feast for the eyes. Every time we came around another curve in the road, I was so excited to see what was waiting for us. Another beach, another overlook, another incredible view. And after experiencing so many 100-degree days at home, the cool coastal weather was pretty delightful.
As we watched some of our very last sunsets along the coast, I was asking myself, why do sunsets affect us so deeply? And I kept coming back to this thought that a sunset is change made beautiful. Maybe transitions are one of the deepest reasons that sunsets speak to us, because transitions are part of every life. A child grows up, a career concludes, we leave a place we love, our bodies change, relationships evolve, or a beautiful trip like this ends. One season just gives way to another. And even when the change is good, there can still be just a little grief in it, because something familiar is disappearing. And then there's the sunset. Every evening, nature gives us the experience of something ending. But instead of hiding the ending, it becomes the most beautiful part of the day. And I love that. Change becomes beautiful.
Yes. And a sunset doesn't resist the ending. The light doesn't disappear all at once. It softens. Gold becomes orange, orange becomes pink, pink becomes lavender, and eventually, darkness comes. There seems to be an invitation in that. We don't have to hold on to what is in order to honor it. Maybe that's why we become a little reflective when we watch a sunset. We're watching something beautiful that we know we can't keep, no matter how spectacular the sky becomes. We can't stop the sun from setting. We can only notice it, receive it, and let it go. And strangely, that doesn't feel necessarily sad. Sometimes it just feels peaceful. Thank you for exploring the Oregon coast with us.
And until our next adventure, we are wishing you grateful hearts and joyous journeys.